So welcome to Wednesday morning's healing class. The healing class always starts the same way as all my other classes. I start with some very simple warm-up exercises. 3 warm-up exercises just to get the spine moving. I genuinely believe that these are important, and so I wouldn't introduce them in a healing class unless I really thought they were worthwhile. And so we always do the same thing at the beginning of every single class that I teach. Just these gentle warm-up exercises. If you really are physically unable to do them, then you could sit and watch them and imagine yourself being able to do them. Imagine your whole body being able to turn. Imagine your whole body being able to bend. And by using your mind, you can also generate that in your body bit by bit, slowly get into the movements. Otherwise, let's go through them together. But if not, you could always go forward 10 minutes in the video if you're watching it on YouTube and find the meditation part of the class. Okay, so we stand in a generous shoulder width, nice and wide, nice and open, wider than your hips. The knees gently bent, back nice and straight. We're going to turn from the belly. So it's a very, very easy, gentle turn, just looking backwards and seeing how the spine feels. And then slowly come to the front. The only issue is that in this little warm-up section, I tend to do the context for my class as well, so it's useful to be here for the first few minutes rather than just to jump straight in, because I tend to give context. Okay, so if the spine is feeling okay, if everything else is feeling okay, we're going to loosen and just release and let the body gently turn, tapping onto the body as we go. So yes, in this first few minutes, I tend to run through what I'm thinking about today, what I'm using as my context for the healing part of the class. I've been working through Dr. Pang's book on the heart. It's a painstaking job because it's all written in Chinese. I don't speak Chinese, and so Google Translate and I are working our way through page by page. First of all, put that into context. In Chinese medicine, the heart is the foundation of all of the emotions. It's the spiritual home, if you like, of what's called the Shen. The Shen are very, very important. The Shen is this essentially what we might call our spirit, our soul, I suppose. I'm not quite sure the best translation for Shen. But anyway, so we work a lot with the heart. And when we look at the Chinese 5-element system, we find that the heart is called the emperor, and he sits there in the center of the body, looking after all the other organs. But also, we find that there's no place for the brain in the 5-element system. The brain is just seen as an offshoot of the heart. And so the brain might be a kind of like the computer, but the heart's the operator. So I found in Dr. Pang's book today various quotes talking about the mean, M-E-A-N, the mean. And essentially, the mean, we think about the mean as being the average. And so in maths, the mean is the sum of a whole run of numbers divided by the amount of actual numbers you have. And so that's known as the mean. But we find that word being used in Chinese culture as well. And so there's a book called the Da Di Li. The Da Di Li is the Book of Rights. And the quote in there is something like, complete introspection is knowing the mean. Complete introspection is knowing the mean. So it talks a lot about how the heart is the core of our thinking, and that in order to access our heart, we have to be very quiet. It goes on to say that human will is is delusion. It's dangerous. I like that. And so, anything that your mind can do for you is your will, and it's a delusion. It can be dangerous to you. And so, the only thing that can possibly save you in the Book of Right's opinion is this allowing yourself to uh, stay with the mean. Okay, so there's a sage called Yu who defines the doctrine of the mean. He says, before the emotion of joy, anger, sorrow, and pleasure are aroused, this is called the mean. Before the emotions of joy, anger, sorrow, and pleasure are aroused, this is the mean. So the mean is the resting point as well. It's the point where your emotions are not doing anything. So our emotions are triggered by thoughts. We have a kind of electrostatic moment in the brain where a pulse fires off, and that pulse creates a chemical cascade which we see as emotions. And what has set off this electromagnetic pulse in the brain? Well, some association, some thought, so we see something. I always go back to the story that was told by Greg Braden, and he said, one of my girlfriends, she used to have a blue sports car, and she was blonde, and she dumped me, and I was very sad, and it was a terrible emotion time for me. And then he says, I can still be driving along the highway years later, and I can see a blonde in a blue car. And then suddenly, all the emotions come flooding back to me. And that's it. It's not the same person. It's not the same car. But that has been the trigger that has set off this spiral where the electrical emotion in the brain fires off, the chemicals in the body rush through. And by the way, those chemicals only actually last for about a minute to 90 seconds. But the emotion can last all day if you allow it to. So the moment before you're triggered, the moment you're just in a still, quiet, calm place, this is the mean. This is where everything is at an average. The human heart is perilous. The heart of the Tao is subtle. Be refined, be unified, and hold fast to the mean or the center. So a sage called Shun says this: the human heart is perilous. The Tao heart is subtle. So he's drawing the distinction here between the heart and the brain. The human heart, i.e. the brain, and if we look at the word for brain in Chinese, I think it actually has the heart radical underneath it. So it says the human heart is perilous. The Tao heart is subtle. He says to you, be refined, i.e. work on your heart a lot. Work on your Tao heart, work on your flowing heart a lot. Be subtle, be unified. So stay in this unity consciousness mind. Hold fast to your center, hold fast to your mean. So that's where we're at today. We're looking for that moment before all of the emotions arise. We're looking to find our way to that subtle, quiet place. And so we're working today with something that's been popularized by one of my teachers, Teacher Wei. He talks about finding our way to this quiet, still moment before any thought arises. He calls it Ming Jue. So we're just going to work through a very simple meditation today and find ourselves at the still moment before the next thought arises. And then we're just going to experience that still moment and hold that still moment and expand that still moment. Okay, so the human heart is perilous, the Tao heart is refined and subtle. Okay, let everything come gently to a stop. Let's gather some chi, lift chi up, pour chi down. Really feel the chi move down in your body, to your belly. Lift and gather. Gently pour. Focus the chi deep inside. Really feel your way to the center of your body. Deep into the belly, deep into lower dantian. The energy stores here behind the belly button, in the very core of you. So when we draw down, we're thinking about the earth, we're thinking about the heavens, we're thinking about a perfect mixture of energy. Then we're thinking about upper dantian, this energy field inside the head, and gently moving any excess energy out of there. Move down through the throat to the heart, just behind the heart, the middle energy field. And then we move the chi down into the lower energy field, the core of everything in our body. And then when we relax the hands, the chi just gently flows and legs back into the earth. Having rotated our spine quite a bit, the next thing to do is to bend our spine forwards and backwards. So all we do is just lift the hands up in the same way that we did before. Stretch them up into the blue sky. Nice long stretch. And then we're going to do a little back bend first. So just let your knees and hips softly move forwards and you can gently lean backwards. And straighten up. Gently backwards. Straighten up. Gently backwards. Straighten up. Gently backwards. Good. Hands up in the blue sky. Okay, so we're going to tip over the head, the arms and ears only. The body stays straight. We're just bending over the nape of the neck, and the arms can help us do that. And then we start to go into the upper back. We start to move into the middle back. And we start to move into the lower back. And the whole body gently relaxes and hangs down. Tip softly towards your toes. And then release. In line with the roots of your toes. And release. In line with your insteps. And release. And then go back to the heels as deep as you comfortably can. Good, and then we just relax and release. Let the tailbone point up behind. Push tailbone to the front of the body. Start to roll the spine up. The head, the arms, the ears gently come up. We stretch up into the blue sky. Stretch up, stretch up. Knees and hips drift forward. We softly lean back. And up. Back. And up. Back. And up. Back. Oh, stretch up into the blue sky. We do the forward bend again. So we're not pressing our arms against our ears, but we're just coordinating our arms and ears. Tip over the head, neck. They bend over. Then we bend into the upper back. Then we bend into the middle back. Then we bend into the lower back. And we let the body hang and relax down. Back of the neck is soft and relaxed. Stretch gently down towards the toes. And release. In line with the roots of our toes. And release.
In line with our insteps, stretching down and release. Back towards our heels. Very good. Let the body just hang and relax for a moment. Lift the tailbone to point up behind. Push tailbone to the front of the body and start to gently roll up. And then the head and the arms and the ears follow. And then gently, gently stretch up into the blue sky. The knees and hips drift forward. We softly lean back and up, back, stretch up, back and up, back. Good. Stretch up into the blue sky. So can you try and do these with straight legs then? So let's just try and do them with the legs completely locked straight. Arms and ears tip over. We roll gently into the upper back, into the middle back, into the lower back. We keep the legs nice and straight. That just gives an extra little stretch up the back of the legs, opening the back of the legs up. Okay, so we hang, let the back of the legs open, tummy tucks in. Gently stretch down towards the toes. Feel the back of the legs opening up and release. In line with the roots of our toes, gently stretching and opening and release. In line with our insteps, gently stretching and opening and release. And eventually back to the heels. Great. Let the body hang and relax. Lift the tailbone up behind. Push the tailbone to the front of the body. Roll the spine up. Head, arms, ears come up. Gently stretch up, gently stretch up. Knees and hips drift forward. We softly lean back and up, back. Stretch up, back and up, back. Last time through the whole exercise then. Legs nice and straight, tipping over, rolling into the upper back, rolling into the middle back, rolling into the lower back. Let the body hang down and relax. Back of the neck hangs, head hangs, back of the neck is soft and relaxed. Stretch gently down toward the toes and release. In line with the roots of the toes and release. In line with the insteps and release. Back towards the heels. Body hangs and relaxes. Tailbone lifts up behind. Tailbone pushes to the front. Spine gently rolls up. Head, arms and ears roll up. Stretching up, blue sky chi. Last time, back bends, knees and hips go forward. You gently lean back and up. Gently back. Stretch up. Gently back and up. Back. Good. Stretch up into the blue sky. We'll let the hands drift down the side of the body. 𝐸𝐴𝐻. Hands deep in the earth. Lift up. Pour chi down. Lift and gather. Gently pour. Draw the chi down. Focus the chi deep into the belly. Okay. So we're just going to do one last exercise. Just a side bend. So gently raise your right hand up and gently breathe in. As we breathe out, we head across to the left-hand side. Breathe and lift the right hand up. Breathe out, swap the hands over. Breathe in, lift the left hand up.
Exhale, head across to the right. Breathe in, lift up. Exhale, swap over. Breathe in, lift up. Head left. Breathe in, lift up. Exhale, swap over. Breathe in, stretch up. Head across. Opening up the left side of the body. Breathe in, lift up. Exhale, swap over. Breathe in, lift up. Heading across. Opening up the right side of the body. Breathe in, lift up. Exhale, swap over. Breathe in, stretch up. Head across to the right. Okay, we'll do one more for each side. Breathe in, lift up. Exhale, swap over. Gentle breath in. Heading left. Breathe in, lift up. Exhale, swap over. Breathe in, stretch up. And off to the right. Lovely. Gather both hands up above the head. Just hold the hands so the chi is just pouring down through the body. Release our hands down the sides. Allow the chi to gently settle. And for a final time, we can gather chi hands in the earth, lift up. Pour down. Draw down. Move the chi deep into the belly. Lift and gather. And pull. Lift and gather. And pull. Chi flowing down the legs back into the earth. Let's lift and gather one more time. And then flow the chi gently down to your belly. Moving any excess energy out of the head. Moving any excess energy out of the chest. And eventually moving it down to the belly where we can rest our hands. One hand on top of the other. Covering over the belly button. Just let the body relax here. We become still and quiet. Gently listening to your heart. Your heart always knows the truth. The first thought you have in your head comes from your heart. And then the brain piles in afterwards. So somebody says to you, is it a good idea for you to go to somewhere? And instantly in your heart, you know that it's not. The first thing you want to say is no. And then your brain arrives and it says, oh, wait a minute, it could be good. We might be able to do this. We might meet this person. We might do that. But in your heart of hearts, your first answer was no. In the 1940s, Carl Jung tells a story about a soldier. His mother is unwell, and his country is at war, and he feels that it's his patriotic duty to go to war, but also his filial duty to stay with his mother. He knows if he asks his mother, she'll say, "Oh, you must go." So that's not a reliable answer. He knows that if he goes to one of the priests in town, that priest will definitely have the opinion that he should stay and look after his mother. If he goes to the other priest in town, he knows the other priest will say to him, "Definitely, it's your patriotic duty to go to war." So again, the moral guides are no good to him. Eventually he decides the only way to sort it out is to toss a coin. Heads, he stays with his mother. Tails, he goes to war. Flips the coin. He sees what the result is, and the moment the coin lands, he knows that the coin is wrong. So it says, go to war. The moment it lands, he knows that he should stay with his mother. And that is the truth. He instantly feels, doesn't matter what the face of the coin says. It matters about how you feel with the result. He instantly feels that that is wrong. And that is the true answer at his heart. So your heart knows the truth. The human heart, i.e. the brain, is perilous. The Tao heart is subtle. Be refined, be unified, and hold fast to the center. Be refined. In other words, examine the truth of what you're feeling. Don't just accept what your brain tells you. Examine the truth of what your heart feels. This is what refinement is. It's looking closely at the emotions of the body, not the thoughts, rather than the emotions. Be unified. Stay with the universality. Be united. Be one, in other words, with all there is. Stay in the center of you. So we use Dr. Pang's 8 phrases to help us go deeper into this oneness, into this unity. I'll sing it for you, and then I'll translate it for you. So in Chinese it goes like this. 听天立地，君上一场，万际人的景，真诚茂公。一念不起，千住太空，玄一交替，九神融融，九神融融，九神融融。 Connect with the earth below, connect with the heavens above. Expand out into nature. Connect with nature, chi. Feel that you can find this unity with the chi around you, no longer at odds with your world, now deeply connected to your world. Keeping the mind quiet. Slowly, it's difficult to tell anymore what's the outside and what's the inside. Your body just starts to merge into the chi field. The truth is, it's always been part of the chi field. You've never been separate. It's only the left logical side of our brain that tells us that we're disconnected from everything around us. The reality is that we're constantly swimming in this beautiful soup of chi, constantly in the chi field, constantly connected. So now we just have to set aside the human brain, the human heart, and access the Tao heart. Just allow ourselves to be one with nature. Unify ourselves. Start to refine our inner selves, following the way of the mean, the average, the center. Never too high, never too low. Just perfectly connected into nature. Everything in the 21st century is adjusted and calibrated to take you away from the mean. News is there to shock you, upset you, provoke you. All of social media is built on this reaction from you. Draw yourself away from these things. Find your way back to your center. Stay steady in your center, and your body will heal. Each time you allow yourself to leap out on a flight of fancy, following some crazy, meaningless story, you lose energy. Social media steals your chi. News steals your chi. Family arguments steal your chi. Politics steals your chi. Religion steals your chi. All of these things want your attention. But actually, what we need to do is to keep our intention inside. And the more we keep our intention inside, the more we start to heal our body. When we use Dr. Pang's 8 phrases, it helps us to connect as a group as well. It helps us to find our family, helps us to be one as we connect together. So you connected with me in this class. You connected with me watching this video. No time, no space, doesn't matter. We still connect together. We connect our class to the millions of classes across the globe, to all of the teachers across the globe, to Dr. Pang, everybody in this 𝐸𝐴𝐸 Qigong family, everybody in this 𝐸𝐴𝐸 Qigong chi field. So when we bring ourselves back, when we get past the human heart and we find our way deep into our Tao heart, this is where we can begin. or meditation. So take a sitting posture, standing posture, lying down, whatever suits you. Allow your hands to be wherever they like. They can stay on your belly. They can hold a ball in front of your belly. Just find a sustainable posture that's not going to interrupt you too much. Lower dantian sits behind the belly button. It's the really deep core of energy inside us. Middle dantian sits behind the breastbone, sort of just slightly below the heart, behind the stomach perhaps, deep inside, the energy field that supplies qi into all of your organs. And the third field sits deep in the center of your head. If we think about going straight in through the third eye, between the eyebrows, above the nose, go deep into the center of the brain. If we go straight in there, we find the pineal gland. In through the temples on either side, we find the pineal gland. It sits in the center of the head. In Chinese medicine, we have the qi field. So we have upper qi field, middle and lower dantian, middle dantian, upper dantian, in the center of the head. So we have the energy field in the center of the head as well. Helps the brain to function deep in the core. But also, we have an energetic idea, which is called Shenji Palace. Shenji Palace, deep in the center of the brain. This is kind of like an information layer rather than a physical layer. It occupies the same space as the energy layer, but right in the center of the brain, about the pineal level, we have Shenji Palace. We can actually call Shenji Palace. We can actually locate Shenji Palace deep in the center of our brain just by saying the words Shenji. So you can either say them out loud or you can say them quietly, and we'll change the tone as we go along. But initially, if you feel comfortable, you can just say Shenji with me. Breathe gently in. Shenji Palace is deep in the center of your brain. Then you start to feel a little pressure behind your third eye, deep in the center of your brain. Concentrate your mind into this area and see if you can feel Shenji Palace responding. We'll say it a few more times. Relax deep in the center of your head. Relax the center of your head. Relax your consciousness. We'll just keep on saying Shenji, but a little bit more quietly now. Subtle inside the head. Relax your consciousness. Feel deep inside the center of your brain, subtly purifying this consciousness. Observe the subtle vibration deep inside your head. Now say Shenji to yourself 6 times in silence, just feeling deep in your head. Observing the subtle vibration deep in the center of your head. Feel deep in the center of your brain. Feel this area of 𝐸𝐴𝐺 palace. And now imagine, like a flower opening, you are able to expand 𝐸𝐴𝐺 palace out, out, open, open. Open 𝐸𝐴𝐺 palace out into the universe. Expand into the vastness of it all. Huang Huang Hu Hu Kung Kung Dan Dan translates as empty yet not empty. The vastness of the entirety of the universe feels empty, entirely filled with Hunyuan Qi, entirely filled with great information. Stand in the universe just for a short while. We feel ourselves merging with the vastness of the universe, becoming one with the vastness of the universe. Let's slowly bring back the vastness of the universe back to 𝐸𝐵 Palace, drawing the vastness of the universe deep inside, coming back to Upper Dantian, focusing everything back into the 𝐸𝐵 Palace, deep inside your brain. Just observe how your head feels in this universe state. Feel the space, feel the openness. Allow this space and openness to find its way into your throat, neck, spine, thyroid. Feel the space that you can create across your shoulders, along your arms, shoulder joint, elbow joint, wrist joint, finger joint. Bring the entirety of the universe into your arms. Feel the space in your mind. Allow it to flow down your spine. Imagine it going down vertebra by vertebra by vertebra, all the way down your spine, till eventually it arrives in your tailbone. Think about your spine, the beautiful complicated weaving of the nerves as they walk through each of the vertebrae. The nerves expanding from each vertebra into your organs, from each vertebra into your arms, from each vertebra into your legs, the nervous system. Perfect working order. We think about the cerebral spinal fluid that flows up and down your spine like a beautiful tide. This universe mind involved in the tide that flows down your spine, flows up your spine. Feel deep inside your lungs, feel deep inside your heart, feel deep inside spleen, pancreas on the left, liver on the right, kidneys at the back. Feel the whole of your digestive system, the head with all the sensory system, lungs and ribs, heart, digestive system, urinary system, and then of course liver and heart, blood system, running through every part of our body, the beautiful blood system that carries oxygen and nutrients around our body. Think about your heart working away from you, beautifully pumping away, pushing the blood through your body. Every cell in your body receives this amazing blood. And again, we think of the structural system of the spine, moving all the way down into the hips and the pelvis, down to the tailbone, into our hip joints. Sometimes we have problems with those. Just feel this universal energy going deep into your hip joints. Just feel that your hip joints articulate beautifully, smoothly, down into the thighs, so strong, down into the knees. Bathe your knees with this healing energy. The universe through your body empty, yet not empty. This energy pouring into your knees, a ball of chi deep inside your knee, and your knee moves so beautifully down into the calves, to the ankles, Achilles tendon, into the bones of your feet, tips of the toes, the skin of your feet, up the back of the body, over the top of the head and down the skin. Feel your skin is beautiful. Feel your skin is working well. Feel the energy layer around your skin. Feel the chi body. Feel the whole of your body is in the universe. Feel this pure awareness throughout the whole of your body. The vastness of the universe drawn back into Upper Dantian, into Shenji Palace, and then it flows throughout the whole of your body. The whole of your body filled with chi, an abundance of energy and good information flowing through your body. Your body, pure awareness. Your body is pure awareness. Now we use the Chinese word XU. It's pronounced shu, like the shoe on your foot. Say shu make the inner space more refined, finer. It merges better with the entirety of the universe. So we take a gentle breath in. Gentle breath in. Refining this universal chi as it flows through your body, merging more easily with the vastness of the universe. That's Seshu. Cultivating deep inner space with Shu. Shu helps us to merge into the infinite universe. Breathe deep. Breathing deep. As we say Shu, the chi of our inner space becomes as pure as the chi of the universe. Say Shu. Shu. The chi of our inner space becomes as pure as the chi of the universe. Breathe deep. I'll keep saying Shu, but you can say it very quietly inside now. Just allow it to become more and more subtle. Deep inside becomes more and more refined. Just think, the chi of the universe is infinite and pure. Silently say say shu deep inside you, allowing this vibration to gently vibrate the universe deep inside your body. Relax yourself into the infinity of the universe. See yourself as total consciousness. Silently say shu deep inside. See yourself as total consciousness. Feel for the moment before we say shu, before shu arises. This pregnant moment, full of potential, before shu arises. We seek this moment before shu becomes an inevitability. This moment is the mean, the average, before anything arises. This is the ground of you, the subtlety of you. This is the heart of the Tao. Wait for the moment before Shu naturally has to express itself. When we feel ourselves in this pure, perfect moment, we can allow this perfect moment to be in every cell of our body. Wait until we have to absolutely say Shu. It's like the power of a wave gently building inside your body until it's impossible for Shu not to arise. Shu. In this pure state, you can send information to other people as well. This moment, you can share this beautiful, pure moment with someone who may need your help, may need your healing. So let's wait and see where Shu arises next. Keep yourself and others in mind in this beautiful, clear, pure state. One more time. Stay and wait for Shu to arise. Holding others in this beautiful state with you. Try to keep this state. Try and remember how this state feels. Try to stay in this state all day. And when you feel yourself challenged, bring yourself back to this place. Bring yourself back to the Shu state. Remind yourself of how this Shu state feels. When you feel happy, soft, joyful, and at one with the universe. Actually, what we discover, of course, is that it's that moment before emotion arises. It's that moment of feeling at one with everything before the emotions arise. So I'm just going to ask you to bring your hands back to your belly, wherever they've strayed off to. Let's just feel lower dantian. Massage lower dantian. Do you want to circle round lower dantian? Just bring yourself in touch with your body, back in touch with your physicality. Whole body relaxed and calm. Whole body settles into chi. Whole body healing in the chi field. We can just bring our feet together into the Zhineng Qigong stance, and we'll close out from here. We can bring the hands to the prayer position in front of the breastbone. Take the hands slowly up in front of the face, crown of the head, stretch to the blue sky. And then lower the hands gently down, opening up little fingers and ring fingers and middle fingers, splitting the hands apart, arcing down to shoulder height, already gathering round to the front, shoulder height and width, sending chi deep inside. Well, the energy, upper dantian of your brain, full, the functions of your brain working well, total clarity. But now we have this beautiful clarity of Shenji Palace deep inside also. Drifting the elbows backwards, we lightly touched our bow. Send chi deep inside. Middle dantian chi is abundant. It supports all of your organs, the physical heart, lungs, spleen, pancreas, liver, kidneys. But also in the same area, Hunyuan Palace. That is the energetic support. Feel Shen deep inside your heart. The other spirits of the other organs, as it were. Then we can just gently drift the hands behind, and the back of the hands move towards the front of the body. Turn the palms over, send a wave of qi out into the blue sky, and then gently draw this qi back. We gather qi to lower dantian. Deep inside, we also have Mingmen Palace. So we have the qi level and the kind of spirit level, if you like. Deep inside. Energy. Deep inside. The entirety of the universe. Deep inside. The silence of Shu that vibrates through our body. Feel that you can come back into this state whenever you need it. Let's gently draw 3 circles around lower dantian. That just brings us back into the physicality, gathers all the qi, stores it and holds it inside. And then let's take 3 circles back in the opposite direction. And that just signals to the body, time to close down, time to finish, time to be back in the real world, whatever that is. And then we can slowly open our eyes just a little bit, and then we can close them again. Open them a tiny bit more, close them. And then when you're ready, you can fully open your eyes. Bring your body back into a little bit of movement. We release the hands. We gently stretch out. We can shake out. Oh. And then to stand for a moment and feel your 𝐸𝐿𝐴𝐺𝐻. So just feel your skin. Feel the energy field around your skin. Sometimes it's easiest on the arms, but it's there on your chest and on your back, all the way down your legs and over the top of the head. Just feel into your 𝐸𝐿𝐴𝐺𝐻 in your hands. And then just imagine this beautiful body of qi around you. Your qi body, this bubble of qi protects you. Just see yourself as this being of light inside your shields of energy. Safe. Everything in your body working well. You are healthy. Keep this Shu state all day long. Return to this Shu state whenever you feel distressed or worried or upset, stressed by the world, and by social media and by family and religion and politics. Come back into your Shu place. Very good. Okay, so we're going to say Hala. You don't need to unmute yourselves. I know that suddenly pops you onto YouTube, but I'll know you're saying Hala along with me. So we place our hands up in the air. 1, 2, Hala. Hala means everything is good already. Hands up. 1, 2, Hala. 1, 2, Hala. Draw the hands, right hand comes up, left hand goes down. Pull the fingertips together. Thank you so much for being here today, supporting me as always. Really appreciate that. And this video will go onto YouTube shortly, and I'll publicize that in our WhatsApp group. Really nice to see you. Thanks. Bye-bye.